Perfect. We are recording. Greetings, everyone from EIT Community Hub Ukraine. Today, I'm happy to welcome you all at our info session on the EIT InfraBooster program. Basically, today, this session is created for all of the Ukrainian researchers, representatives of the universities, innovation hubs, R&D centers, and laboratories to join and to get deep dive into the opportunities of EIT InfraBooster, which is basically a modular training program designed for the representatives of all of the mentioned institutions that own or manage research infrastructures. It basically offers capability building and support in developing infrastructure-based services that can be offered to the industry. So today we will hear about the details of the program, opportunities, and of course, eligibility requirements and how to apply. And of course, how Ukrainian organizations can integrate into the European innovation ecosystem, because this is our main part of all of the conversation. Today, I'm happy to welcome our dearest colleagues and partners from EIT Food, and I'm happy to give the floor to Katarzyna Kotowska to start the presentation, and I do hope that it will be an insightful session for you. Kindly remind you that we will start with a presentation, and in case you have any kind of question, feel free to save it for the Q&A afterwards after the presentation, not to shake basically our speakers, but of course we will go through all of the questions that will arise today. Katarzyna, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Karina, so much for a really nice introduction and the basic for the session. And I will just share my screen and go straight to the point and go through the program details. That's why we are here today. So as Karina already introduced me, my name is Katarzyna Kotowska, and I represent a Center for Socially Responsible Innovation from University of Warsaw, one of the biggest university in Poland. We are running currently EIT InfraBooster program, the training program, which we develop and run together with 8 communities, few communities under the umbrella of European Institute of Innovation of Technology. And I see today with us is Adam Strzelecki, who is also representing EIT Food and EIT Cross Cluster. So hopefully he will be also answer some questions regarding the EIT if some came up. But let me move now to the program, and I would like to start with a short and briefly introduction. The introduction which will help you understand the idea standing behind the InfraBooster program and also the methodological foundation on which there is based. So let's dig now a little into the really current topic, the knowledge transfer between academia and industry. And since we mostly all came here from academia, we know there's this really hot topic now, and there's a lot of encouragement comes to boost the cooperation between universities, research institutes, and industry sector, which I personally believe brings a lot of good values both for academia and industry and economies of our countries. So let's go briefly through possible way of that kind of knowledge transfer. And I would like to start with one scenario regarding the technology transfer. This is the most common and most popular way of cooperation between academia and industry, and is mostly based on sales or licensing of already existing R&D results. So let's think about this kind of scenario. We have a team of scientists working, for example, on the university. They work on a regular basis, then carry out some research projects, and one day they generate really promising results with a huge commercial potential. What can they do then? So usually what they do, they reach out to some supporting office, for example, technology transfer office, together with some help, they evaluate that invention. And if it's really promising and repeatable, usually it is patented And based on that patent, it's sold out, only sold out to the outside companies, to the industry. And this is what we call technology transfer. The second way of possible knowledge transfer can be creating spin-offs and startups. And again, this is the way which can be based on existing R&D results, but this time it's about the venture creation. So let's go through this possible scenario. Again, we have the team of scientists who works on some regular basis on universities. They work on some projects, they run some basic research, and one day they came up with some potential R&D results, with some commercial idea. So again, they can evaluate the idea together with technology transfer office or other supporting officers, and invention can be patented, but this time they're not selling out that patent, but they can create their own spin-off company and commercialize the idea on their own, usually with the financial support of the university. But what about the situation when on the university there's not yet some potential existing R&D results, but there are always some existing assets which university research units own. I mean, as this asset, for example, research infrastructure and scientific knowledge and experience of the people working there. So together with our team, we believe this is a huge potential even then for starting commercial cooperation with business. So let's think about this situation. So again, team of scientists working on the university, but they don't come up with any R&D potential results. Maybe they mostly focusing on basic research on their daily work. But nevertheless, that they have a huge experience. They're usually specialists in their own field, and also they're working with usually really good equipment laboratories. So we believe that nevertheless that they don't have R&D results yet, they can start some potential cooperation with business and find some business partners and what they can offer them. So they can offer them, for example, access to the research infrastructure and own experience to work together on some commercial projects, or even more, to sell to the business some commercial services. So this is the field which we would like to cover with our InfraBooster project. And together with our team, we would like to equip all scientists with some basic skills and some basic tools which help them cover that gap and start business cooperation and some commercial project based on the access to the research infrastructure they work on. So this is about the methodological behind the program. And what about the program? So, as already Karina mentioned, InfraBooster is a program designed for representative of scientists institution which own research infrastructure. And here by scientific institution, we mean as well as the universities, as the technical universities, as the research units, as the some national research separate units, whatever legal entities they work on. And as the representatives, we mean all people employed by the universities. So that can be as well scientists, as well technicians working within the research infrastructure, within the labs, as also the administrative support, because we believe that all the people can bring some additional value to the project and give some input. And of course, we cover our scientific background. We have support of few knowledge and innovation communities, so we can provide some mentoring in a few thematic area, etc. So by joining to our program, you will have a chance, first of all, to learn how to identify commercial relevant research infrastructure. You will also have a chance to develop some commercial service based on that research infrastructure, and to learn how to plan the business outreach for that developed service. Regarding some formalities, so the program is modular training. We currently run 2 modules, and I will briefly introduce them in a second. But each module is ended with 8 labeled certification. That means like ending and completing each module, you will get a separate certificate with 8 labels. The training is tuition-free now, and I would say the only requirements, except being employed at the university and research unit, is the good knowledge of English, because the training is held in English. Training is delivered online, so it helps us accommodate teams from various parts of the Europe, and that be also a good way of networking with peers from other universities. And within our work, we combine a few learning methods. We work on online meetings, we provide dedicated mentorings, as well as the asynchronous self-study, which help our participants to work whenever it's convenient for them. And the training is open for Western Balkans regions, as well as the neighboring countries, including Ukraine, and also for outermost regions of European Union. Let's now move to the 2 modules, and I will briefly introduce you each of it and provide you some details. So the training starts with the first basic module, which is called Foundation. And as the name said, this is a module with a foundation knowledge, which can based with some basic vocabulary, etc. Foundation is open for individual applicants. This is fully online training. In this training, we work mostly on self-study in a learning platform, which is called Campus. I would say it's around 8 hours of your own working. As I mentioned before, you can work whenever it's convenient for you. So we try to go ahead at participants' needs. We know that all people working in academia are usually busy. You have your other projects, daily work. So this training is easily accessible for any time and any day for you. In this training, we work mostly on fictional case studies, and by finishing it, you will learn how understand how research infrastructure can bring input for science and industrial collaboration, and you will be able to identify commercial relevant research infrastructure in your own unit. After foundation, there is second, much more advanced module, this time called practitioner. And this train is open for teams. This is important change in comparison to the first module. Apply for the training teams, which are made of foundation graduates. So first you need to complete foundation, later you can create a team with your colleagues and apply for the second module, practitioner. And this training is much more advanced, is actually few weeks long, I would say even a few months, because we run during the summer some self-study period. And this time the training is focusing on real case research infrastructure. Each team will bring to the training example of the research infrastructure they work on their regular work, and as a case study, and we will work according to these real case studies. And during the training, each team will have a chance to develop commercial service based on that research infrastructure. They will also have a chance to create some marketing collaborates, some marketing strategies, as well as identify potential industrial partners and plan the whole business outreach for that service. So you can see already the logic that by coming to the practitioner, taking part to the practitioner, you will come with some research infrastructure, and after the course you will have a ready to go service and ready to go whole marketing strategies and business strategies for that service, so you will be ready to reach out to potential business partners. And we are now in really good moment because we have now open a call for both modules, and I would say is the final chance in this year to go through the whole program cycle. So what to do if you would like to join to our training? First of all, you need to enroll for a foundation module, which is now open on rolling basis. So the application link is in the website EIT InfraBooster. The website is listed at the end of the presentation, so don't worry. You will find there the apply button. You just need to click, fill up the application form, join a training, complete the training, and later you will be ready to apply for practitioner module, which has a deadline of 26th of June. So as you can see, there's over almost a month to go. So plenty of time to complete foundation, create a team, and apply together to practitioner. And we will start practitioner in the end of July with onboarding session. Later, for 2 months, you will have access to the e-learning platform. You will be asked to do self-study, and later, after summer holidays in September and October, we will start really intensive times of online meetings and dedicated mentoring for each team. And also here I will give you one useful tip, and this is actually good news, because when you will finish and graduate from foundation, you will finish the course with a final assignment, and this final assignment is actually ready to use input for practitioner application. So the logic of the course is consistent. So you finishing one course and you are already full prepared to apply for the next module. And if you're still thinking if the training is for you, if it's something which can your unit benefit from, I would strongly encourage you to check our success stories. So we prepared 2 service catalog, which was developed in previous edition. And in 2023, the full cycle of the course was complete by 12 teams, which developed 12 commercial services. And you can check what kind of services they were, what kind of teams join, what kind of research infrastructure they have. And as well in 2024, there was 13 commercial services developed by 13 team, and the training is open for Ukrainian stakeholders from 2024. And we also had 2 teams from Ukraine completing the whole cycle of the training last year. So they are also included in the catalogs, and you can check what universities they was and what service they developed. So this is basically all technicalities regard the training from me. Here on the last slide, you have the website where you can find the details and also the application for the course. You can also click just apply here button, which I input here. And I also provide here our email. So if you if any question jump for you, you will have to ask something. You have questions following up today's session, which were not answered during the Q&A session. You can just write us. We are checking the email quite regularly, so we are answering quite regularly to all questions. And I know that after the session, Karina will also send you the presentation as well as the term of condition, the call for practitioner module.
Of course. Today we will also share this recording for you to recap everything what we were talking about. I would like to thank, first of all, the whole team of the InfraBooster program, because this is an amazing job that you guys have been doing for years. And we do believe that seeding quite a specific field of potential new innovation is crucially important for us as for the world. Everyone, do we have any kind of questions? There is no rush in case of anything. In case you need some kind of time and some period of time to reboot and recap everything that was said today, it is okay. But now we do have a unique opportunity to ask Katarzyna, Piotr, and Adam about the things that might be important to you. In case not, of course, we will be happy to refer all of your questions and answer them by ourselves as the EIT Community Hub Ukraine, or of course, refer it to the InfraBooster team. So, do we have any kind of questions? Once again, do we have any kind of questions? It looks like to me that it was at first clear, but after they will receive the presentation in terms of condition, there will be probably many, many more questions.
There was also a lot of information, and
Of course.
I believe there's needs some time to process it.
100%. On my behalf, I would like to thank once again, and on the behalf of EIT Community Hub Ukraine, the InfraBooster team for the amazing session that we have had today, for your time, your devotion, and opportunity to be here today. We do hope that this year will also be a great year for the Ukrainian innovators and participants of the InfraBooster program. And with, of course, your guys' support, they will be able to achieve more in developing their innovations and infrastructure and commercializing that. Thank you so much. Yes,
if I may, last,
of course.
I would like, maybe Adam, you would like to share the info, what happened after the training in the
That is amazing, actually. Yes.
in the November. What are the plans to encourage some teams to apply? I'm in the finals.
Okay. Yes. So perhaps, if I may, I can also show you the institutions that took part actually last year. It actually should oh, it should be here. I hope you can see that because
downloading. It is downloading.
Okay, so far we trained over 130 scientists from all Balkan countries and neighboring area. This year we also included in the program Turkey, which will be also co-funded by the European Commission and the European Institute of Innovation and Technology to join the program for free and to use the benefits coming out of this. So as you can see, already last year we had some good amount of participants visible in the foundation stage, but actually only 2 teams in the practitioner. So this year we definitely would like to increase those numbers. If you because as Katarzyna mentioned, actually joining the program is really easy, and using this e-learning platform functionalities are very convenient for even very busy people, as I suppose scientists always are, and also in this very specific critical situation which we right now have in Ukraine. But as you can see, the program specifically offers opportunity to network with some colleagues, peers from the other institutes or university departments from the whole region. And last year, we organized the EIT InfraBooster finals in Budapest during also the finals of the other programs funded by the European Institute of Innovation and Technology. We also provided financial support for the teams to join us there, and this year it looks the same. So we will offer grants of 1.4 euro K to travel to Ukraine. I know this is not always possible, but fortunately last year we also managed to have two teams from Vinica and from Kiev National Economic University joining us in Budapest. So actually, I know that this is doable. So again, please feel free to contact us. Consider this opportunity as also a chance to get to know better EIT community, EIT community hub in Ukraine, because we are also closely collaborating, and you always need to make this kind of first step, just to establish this first contacts with some network. And this is actually very easy one. So as Katarzyna mentioned, this year we are open in the foundation program until December, but in practitioner stage, actually the time is now. So until nearly end of June, we are recruiting teams who will be working with University of Warsaw and my colleagues from EIT Manufacturing, EIT Health, EIT Climate, KIK, and EIT Raw Materials. Actually, this year we are also having support by community of EIT raw materials who are specifically and particularly interested in mining and all supporting industries from the whole value chain connected to that. So if you have capacities in research in this areas, you will also easily get to know the people who are working in EIT and are responsible for these areas. So again, as Katarzyna mentioned, this website and email address are here for you. I also managed to generate a QR code during our presentation, so it's easy to just to scan it with your mobiles, and then you are at the website. Fingers crossed for all Ukrainian teams in InfraBooster, and also your future successes to be better connected to the European innovation ecosystem. And I hope to see some of you also this year during the program or at the InfraBooster finals in Budapest in middle of November. That's all from my side. Thank you very much. Actually we are very grateful to EIT community hub in Ukraine for organizing this session. Thanks a lot.
Thank you for your constant support, because we have just discussed with Katarzyna that it is a mutual project, and there would be like it wouldn't be possible without such a great support and, of course, your dedication and time and efforts with even this info day. I do hope it was productive for everyone. As mentioned before, we will share the recording of the session as well as the presentation and, of course, terms of the conditions and all of the information and rules that you might be needed within the participation of the program. We do hope that this session was useful for you, and the program will become a great start for your future development to all of the participants. On my behalf, thanks once again to the InfraBooster team, and see you soon. Is it for free for Ukrainians? Of course, you can apply for free. There is no charge that is given for participation. You don't need to pay for anything.
Yes, the
This is
program
the
is free of
important part.
charge. We are
Yeah.
also then supporting the promotion of the services that come out of this. And of course, you don't need to, during the program, you need to focus. You need to prepare a very good business offer for one specific service. For instance, you have some lab, you have some expertise in analyzing. Last year, for instance, we had great team for instance, looking for microplastics. We had teams into energy panels and so on, so on. So of course we encourage them to prepare professionally very good offer for SMEs, for big industry, or even startups, just to for instance test some new technologies or support them develop their programs or projects or services. But we are also offering specific support then. And for instance, this year, EIT Food for agri-food oriented technologies is also offering specific support. So we are actually contributing financially to business clients who would like to do with us, with you, those commercial activities start as the first testing clients. So then, of course, the scientific institution may start earning some money. I do know that in Ukraine, you already have a very good experiences of collaboration with industry. This is, of course, the heritage of the former times, but actually it works really well, and I suppose we could see that also while collaborating with the teams from Ukraine so far. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And let's keep it on this note and keeping the fingers crossed for such collaborations to be more. Okay. Regarding Ukraine, we have many questions actually arising.
Okay.
Regarding,
so let's start
we
answering
have
them.
achieved the goal. Yes. Regarding Ukrainian project Accelerator Innovative Ukraine, how many clients do they have in active contracts?
I don't know that. Actually, the accelerator created by the Kiev University.
National Economic University.
Yes, that was a very challenging project for us. This is not a typical research infrastructure, as you can imagine.
It's a digital assets.
Yeah. So we struggled a lot to filter this proposal and to actually make it recognizable by the potentially interested business partners.
Adam, I can actually probably say some kind of a save you here now. Why? Because there is an important thing that I would like to mention. If I'm not mistaken, KNEO and this project are a part of the EDIH network right now. So basically, they are allocating clients within the European Digital Innovation Hubs network additionally, and they're one of the 6 who received the funding from the European Union. So basically, even though potentially the guys from InfraBooster may not know the direct number of the clients and lists, but I do believe that within the future programs and projects that they are working under, just as EDIH, there may be a new allocation, of course, with the new approaches that were at some kind of point gained within the InfraBooster program. So basically, it has become a basis for the future development.
Mm-hmm. So yes, we rather encourage people who have some tangible assets. It is the perfect scenario, at least for InfraBooster team and EIT Geeks, to have some equipment, to have some protocols, to have some expertise, but rather tangible assets which might be then used and promoted. In some cases, this results in specific collaboration opportunities. For instance, we do have huge bakeries collaborating with the labs which graduated from InfraBooster last year in agri-food sector. I'm more aware of agri-food solutions. Please excuse me. But in some cases, for instance, we heard that was a Romanian case, I suppose 2 years ago, when they told us that they right now don't have too much time to engage in promotion of the services because they managed to engage in heavy scientific collaboration. So again, based on the project results, they manage actually to promote themselves as a good party for good international scientific projects. Of course, this is not the biggest success from our side. We would rather see this commercialization aspects more visible. But as I said, probably the outcomes might be of very different nature.
100% agree. Stanislav, please.
Yeah, my next question to, as I understand, you represent University of Warsaw, yeah? And I just wonder, how many business clients do you have within your university? And if it's not under NDA, what the amount of your budget, total budget of the university that different businesses from Poland bring to your budget?
So we are not working technology transfer office currently, but I can say you it's the business clients maybe even count in hundreds, because we are really huge university. We have almost 2,000 of employees on 22 units. So each unit have their own cooperation. Then we have big cooperation with a big client. So there's a plenty of them.
I may only add that you all remember the cases with vaccines for COVID. Actually, university peaked with revenues from royalties because some simple technology, not simple, was developed by the university, and actually that was of course part of this huge solution sold then by Enbiot and actually universities in I don't remember 2020 or something like that started to be heavily also notice this realities. For instance. The labs at the universities, they at some, and that started over, I would say, 20 years ago, when our departments of not our. I used to work at the Warsaw University. I'm very sorry. At departments at the physics and chemistry noticed that they can produce the nucleons for the medical applications, because actually the campus is located just next to the medical university, and so this collaboration is quite heavy right now. So I would say you would learn from those who know how to do that.
Yeah, by the way, I passed a foundation course last year, so I'm just trying to get like our research team within my university. Another question regarding royalty fees and all the relations between university researchers, businesses. How do you manage all these financial flows, you know, between all stakeholders?
In the project or in general?
Yeah, like in general, if so you presented like research and innovation of you know of a scheme, and I just wonder how University of Warsaw manages all these relations. You know, the royalty fee for university, for researchers, and for infrastructure.
Yeah. So I think I can cover that because my experience was over almost 10 years working in the University of Warsaw headquarters, and I would say we have a lot of supporting offices from really dedicated to each part. So we have people taking care of supporting scientists in public procurements. We have technology transfers, technology brokers who help them to start business cooperation, to start maybe even their own businesses. We have dedicated funds for starting a spin-off for spin-off creation for our scientists. We also have dedicated supporting services for obtaining additional funds like EU funds, like research funds, but as well as some innovation voucher, etc. So it's a work of a lot of a huge amount of people, and it's a common work, I would say.
I think it would be great, you know, to get acquainted with all the structure, how it works, for like in University of Warsaw, in other universities. Because recently I also just started to think, you know, how to make all this legal relations with researchers, university,
And that
how to
might
allocate
be
funds.
a great topic to discuss during your participation at EIT InfraBooster program.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, I wanted to add to that this is also somehow discussed heavily. Of course, also aside the program. So the groups that are working together, they get to know each other better and then they share some experiences. We also discussed it because while designing this program, we knew exactly, for instance, while visiting veterinary department in Novi Sad, I do remember, in North Macedonia, they said that they all in Skopje. Novi Sad in Serbia, but Skopje in North Macedonia. They said that they already had some agreements, but it's also a bit of a struggle to promote that in the administration. Of course, there is also a kind of there are some incentives, and if the management of the units do understand that this is also an opportunity for the university or research center, they find the solution. Sometimes they create some specific vehicles for that. At University of Warsaw, for instance, there were some spin-offs company created, and not as we mentioned, holding a specific solutions, but just to offer some services and to somehow separate these commercial activities from the scientific and academic activities. We know that at some point it might be also not easy. Like scientists are more encouraged to publish and to work with students than to deal in the business activities. Also, financially, it's specific. It must be a kind of specific approach. But at the other hand, as all of you know, at some point you are producing quite interesting results which might be commercially used. And I suppose this program can also help you to start this kind of dialogue at your universities or research centers, and because actually also to better understand what are your assets while you know your field of activities very well.
And I would also add to that on the practitioner level, on the practitioner model, we work with various teams. So there are people who came really already experienced with cooperation with some business. They have already some established cooperation, and within their project, they, for example, want to target different group, different sector. So we are helping them to, doing the turn on the different sector, change the communication, because each sector have their own communication standard, their own vocabulary, they working on different rules. And there are also teams who have not yet established any cooperation. They just focus on basic research, they just have labs, and they would like to start something, to do something with business. And then we focusing more on the basics, like how to talk with the business, how the service should be designed to be understandable for the people outside of the science world. So this is why the mentoring is really a valuable moment of the practitioner training, because the mentoring is not the meeting where all teams participate. Each team has their own dedicated mentoring, the mentoring with us, University of Warsaw experts, as well as later mentoring with experts from knowledge and innovation communities from EIT. So then they can get the input from the sector perspective and some tips for the experts working with the sector.
Yeah, thank you.
Perfect. So do we have any more questions? Looks like we've covered most of it. Once again, thank you everyone for your attention. InfraBooster team, thank you so much for your openness and dedication. We will share all of the links that were presented today, all of the files that will be useful for you. And we're looking forward to see your Ukrainian applications for the InfraBooster program. Thank you so much and see you soon. Staying safe.
Thank you so much. And thank you so much for joining in it's a huge amount of people.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Have a great day, all of you.